outsourced operation and maintenance of processing and disposal, where 100% of processing is happening, and almost the unique waste, where the ILFS sister company, unique waste management was outsourced, where he charged around 238 rupees per ton. And almost the major was the revenue as well as the expenditure. Everybody thinks of making an expenditure of solid waste from the municipal funds itself, where solid waste, the revenue from solid waste, generation of revenue is a difficult part. So we charged almost on the property tax as a SWM cess, solid waste management cess, as an additional tax, so that almost 40% of the revenue is being recovered from the property tax, and also on the trade license, where the commercial establishments used to get the trade license every year renewed before the before month of March, so that almost 30 to 40% of the revenue is being collected before March itself, means years before the year of start, and almost property tax of our demand is around 100 crores. Almost we have got an expenditure of 60 crores, 45 to 60 crores on solid waste itself. So at present we are collecting 20 to 22 crores of, as well as trade license SWM cess. So we have divided into different categories, where property tax consists of, based on the square feet area. Each houses are charged on square feet area at means it's on a plinth building plinth area. Up to 500 square feet we are charging around 15 rupees per month. It comes to around 180 rupees in a year, and 180 rupees, and then 500 to 1000, 1000 to 2000, based on 15, 30, 50 and 60 rupees. So that it has been charged with the property tax simultaneously. And on trade license, we are charging for each trade depending upon the garbage generation. It depends upon the square feet area as well as the garbage generation, where each property is minimum, the minimum charge on the property tax was means trade license was 960 rupees. Shops will generate minimum of 1 kg per day. We have calculated on based on that, and we have given a minimum charge of 960 rupees per day. On that, it has gone extent, means hotels, marriage halls, mini halls, so many conferences halls, all depends upon the square feet area, and the hotel are being charged on the garbage generation depending upon their square feet area as well as the property tax payment, because the property tax will be paid for the center of the city, means if it is in the center of the city, the property tax will be more. If it goes to the rural part of the city, then the property tax will be less. You might be having the square feet area more than what is having in the city center. So based upon the property tax payment, we have adjusted this solid waste cess on the trade license. So which is in the city, who is having the square feet area up to around 500 square feet, 5000 square feet, he must have to pay around 63,000 rupees as a solid waste management cess. If he is having at the outskirts of the city, means almost 2-3 kilometers outskirts of the city, you might get up to around 20,000 rupees, comparing with that. And then almost based on that, almost we are getting around 80 to 85% of the property tax collection every year, and almost 40% to 50% of solid waste cess is collected. What are the benefits derived from implementing this initiative? Almost 100% of the door-to-door collection of all the households within Mangalore City Corporation is been covered. I got a video of that one, so that you can just watch the video. Hard to get the segregated waste, because the commercials, residential, everything. We started with the bulk generation, bulk segregation part. The major was it's a fishery. We have got a bandar area where the fishery is more, as well as the consumption of chicken is more. Every day almost around 35 tons of chicken waste comes to our landfill site, so that almost all the chicken waste is being separated. And also the market waste, we started with the segregation from the bulk generators, then we covered almost the secondary, almost entire 60 watts were covered with the hydraulic vehicles, so that there was no manual handling at all. And then the sanitary street sweeping, vegetation cutting, desilting of drains, footpaths, maintenance of sanitary open spaces, and these are all the proposed works. Everything was involved. Reducing the number of manpower deployment. We reduce the manpower deployment by mechanical sweeping as well as the mechanical vehicle involvement, and increasing the efficiency of garbage collection. Earlier it was 80 to 85%. Now 100% of the garbage is been cleared daily. And quantification of the garbage collected. Every week we are getting a characterization done at the site itself, so that every week the garbage collected, characterization, and based upon that we are segregating, and we are proposing new projects for chicken waste, where chicken waste can be converted into fodder. This is a new proposal which you are proposing it for. Already it has been approved and it is in the pipeline for of construction. And then staff accountability according to means staff accountability came into process, where we started with face detection. Earlier we used to deploy thumb impression, biometric, but the workers used to tamper that one, and then it was on repair every week. It used to go to repair. Now we started with the face detection, so that he has to come in front of that one and the face will be detected, so that nobody can tamper those face detection. Then strengthening the field, and almost everybody uses WhatsApp, everybody uses Facebook, so we started with using WhatsApp, and we used to get the photographs regularly, and we used to upload it to our website, so that all the 60 wards, whatever the works are done, it is been uploaded to our website itself directly. And then minimizing the MCC response towards the grievance, so that all the grievance are been means whatever the public grievance are there, it has been tied up with this single contractor system, where immediately the work will be attended within 12 hours. So whatever the complaints are there, within 12 hours the complaints will be cleared. Then transparency. Actually the collection system was in such a way that earlier it used to cover only short city area. The expansion, the rural part was not covered. Now GPS has been installed, so that all the city used to, means we used to track the vehicle, and if it crosses city limits, then geofencing will be there, so immediately we will get the message, so that the vehicle has, we used to get the each and every data. Mechanized sweeping. Beach, we have got almost 5-6 beaches, so that 6 beaches will be cleaned regularly, so that manpower, vehicle deployment will be monitored there. Then proposed contract period, means earlier used to give it for 1 year, now we have extended it to 7 years, so that the 7-year contract period he can hire the new vehicles and deploy it. So he started the work in 2015. Now the entire system has been implemented, and then entire system is running in good condition. Then as to collection of SWM cess, as I spoke to you, solid waste management cess was the revenue generating part. Earlier there was no revenue for solid waste. Now almost 40% of revenue has been covered by this solid waste cess itself. GPS system implementation. Then operation and maintenance of compost and landfill site. We have set up compost plant of windrow composting, vermicomposting, as well as biomethanation plant, so that all the garbage generated in the city should be segregated, taken, means produced with the solid waste. So we have got a system tied up with this mangrove chemicals and fertilizers. So whatever the manure is produced, it is been purchased by the mangrove chemicals and fertilizers, and the entire compost is been sold as Mangala Bhumitra, named as Mangala Bhumitra, and it has been sold at a price of 2.5 rupees per kg. And this is a system what we have developed, and the first one is the door-to-door collection vehicle. Earlier door-to-door collection vehicle, we were not having door-to-door collection vehicle. Now we have got a separate door-to-door collection vehicles, and then this is a Bolero vehicle where it can carry up to 2.5 tons.
How many vehicles are there?
We have got around 84 vehicles, sir, only for the door-to-door collection, and that door-to-door collection is been directly transported to these compactors. We have got 26 compactors, where the compactors receive the garbage in a transfer locations, where we have got set up almost 10 transfer locations. They used to come and transfer directly to the vehicle. There is no manual handling, and the vehicle will also not stay for longer duration, so that it can go for second trip or third trip. Each vehicle.
At source, segregating is there?
Yes, sir, segregation is happening. And the dry waste, whatever the dry waste is collected, we have got dry waste collection centers set up so that it will be transported to the dry waste collection centers and then it will be sold for scrap dealers. And the other thing is, whatever the garbage, this is a mechanical sweeping, and then this is the desilting of drains, so that there is no manual handling throughout the city. All the vehicles, only the street littering, those things are being manually taken out, otherwise all the things are mechanically done. And this is the vehicle separately deployed for the non-vegetarian waste. Almost 35 tons of waste is produced, where the internal vehicle is been stainless steel, so that since it is a coastal area, it can corrode at any time. So we have put a stainless steel system inside this one, and it can tip the waste. And at presently we are deep burying it, but we have already proposed a system for converting chicken waste to the fodder. Then this is the GPS locations. All the vehicles can be tracked in a single point itself. The vehicle movement, where are the locations of the vehicle movement, the door-to-door collection vehicle movement, and the compactors vehicle movement. Everything can be tracked in a single, means we have got to set up a control room where the entire system is being controlled from that control room itself. Then processing and disposal, almost this is a major part where after collection and transportation, it will go to the site, where the collection, we have got a system of windrow composting, vermicomposting, and also the sanitary landfilling. Even the biomethanation plant has been set up in 2011. The BRC technology has been adopted for that biomethanation plant, and we are generating power from biomethanation plant. Then we have got an extent of 77.93 acres of land, and then daily around 300 to 310 tons of waste is being generated within the city, and we are receiving the waste from the neighboring cities also, so that they have not got the landfill. And this is a system where we have got a separate weighbridge, the receiving platform. We have got a separate monitoring system for vehicle, where all the vehicles are measured at the weighbridge, as well as the receiving platform. This is a pre-sorting machine where it will segregate the plastics, where the plastic bags are taken out, and then the separation of 100 mm and below are being separated. And this is the windrows, where windrows are being separated, and then after windrows we have got the system of sieving, where it will be sieved and the manure is removed, and from this manure we are selling it to the MCF, Mangalore Chemicals and Fertilizers. The bagging is done and sold. And this is a vermicomposting. Almost 25 tons per day of market waste is being separated, and then that is fed to this vermicomposting pits. And almost all the hotel waste and the market waste is brought to this biomethanation plant, where this biomethanation plant is been set up in a market area itself. So all the waste goes to this biomethanation plant, and where the gas is generated, it is being used for two processes. One for the cooking of nearby hotel, and also we are generating power from that. Almost 200 units of power is being generated. 160 to 180 meter cube of gas is generated daily. So that has been measured, and then it has been put to the street lighting. We have just connected with the MESCOM people, means Mangalore Electricity Board, where they are purchasing the street light and means purchasing the power and connected to the street lights, where we have done a net metering system, where that whatever the street light bills are there, it will be reduced from the street light bills. And this is the sanitary landfill, where sanitary landfill is completely set up, and then almost it has been utilized 100%. Any questions, sir, so that we can?
Very good, nice presentation. I understand that Mysore is the cleanest city in the country. I understand that.
Yes, sir.
That is due to the efforts which the municipal corporation is making. And
We are collecting from the property tax itself, sir.
Yeah,
We have
cess on the property tax.
yes.
Is your main source of income.
Anyway, they will be paying property tax every year in the month of March or April. At that time, they will add on with this SWM cess also. Means the SWM cess is
Percentage of your collection of the property tax.
around 85%.
85%.
Yes, sir.
What is happening to the remaining 15%?
15% means simultaneous, means there are vacant lands who are means Mangalore almost it's like a Mumbai and Arab countries, because who are staying in Mangalore almost 30% of the people are in Mumbai or Middle East. So that they will purchase the property and leave it, and then they will be staying in Middle East. So that whenever they come, they will pay it. Almost 100% will be collected regularly, but the efficiency is almost 85%.
So now you are saying that you got 60 bars.
Yes, sir.
And you told that around 76 vehicles you got, no?
84, sir.
84. So on a bigger bars there will be 2 vehicles, otherwise there will be 1 vehicle.
We have made a route optimization so that the vehicle can cover almost 4 to 5 trips a day. So they can go. Each vehicle will cover almost 2,000 to 2,500 houses.
2,000.
Yes. Actually, as per the normative standards, what the government has given, they can cover only 1,200 houses.
What's the count of the household in Mangalore?
1 lakh 14,000.
Household.
Yes.
1,14,000.
And almost commercial, we have got 29,450.
29,450.
Yes. For the commercial, for the bulk generators, we have got a separate vehicle system, so that the bulk generators will be collected separately.
And this sanitary landfill which you are saying, where it is situated, how far it is from?
Just 12 kilometers from the city. Actually, it is within the city limits itself. It is 12 kilometers.
So good, very good. We are very happy.
Your sanitary
Yes.
landfill size engineer, or
It's a sanitary landfill itself.
it's only sanitary?
Yeah, it has been clay liner has been put. I just showed you the photographs.
That's okay.
Yes, sir. This is the clay liner as well as the lining done, and afterwards.
Most of the garbage that has been generated are recycled.
So almost 310 tons we are receiving the garbage. Almost 90% of the garbage is being processed, means there itself. And the dry waste, whatever you are getting, it is been separated and it has been sold to the scrap dealers. Scrap dealers. Yeah, and almost around 15% of the waste is going to the landfill.
15%.
15%.
The scrap dealer, what they do with that?
Scrap dealers, they will separate all the plastic bottles, everything, and they are sending it for recycling. And we have got a plant in Mangalore, means in an industrial area, we have got separate plastic to fuel conversion is happening in the Mangalore city itself. They are sending the plastic waste to, means they have to clean it and send it. That is the major part. And they are sending, after cleaning, they are sending it to the plastic to fuel plant.
You said property tax you are collecting in, I don't think you were an environmental engineer.
Yes.
From that collection.
Yeah, I am not from the revenue side, sir.
You're not from the
We understand that.
Yeah.
You said, on what basis you said 85% of waste that you are collecting per year? It's really unrealistic figure, because across India,
Yes. In Mangalore, you can just check the website, sir. It's almost every year we are collecting 85% of.
website can say anything.
No.
Have you conducted any kind of study on this? What is the tax base here? What could be the tax potential? And then the collection of 85% of that. You have a unit area method, or what is that?
It's a self-assessment scheme, sir. SAS, yes.
Self-assessment scheme is fine. But okay, perhaps you are from engineer side. Okay. And then on a property tax, the cess on this waste management and storage and all, this is all over India.
Yes, sir.
Not only in Bangalore, it's all over India. So that how much percentage of that for property tax that you will be collecting?
Actually, the solid waste is separately added with the property tax, sir. Almost depends upon the square feet area, plinth area of the building.
So that the
We are charging.
commercial pay for that.
Yes, sir. For commercial we are charging on the trade license, and for the household we are charging on the property tax.
30 to 40% they are saying is the cess.
And then the particular cess is earmarked for solid waste.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
Is good enough?
Actually, we have to get the general funds also to be used for that one. Only 30 to 40% of the solid waste, whatever we are collecting, that is being utilized completely for solid waste itself.
It's around 25 crores you are saying.
Yeah, 25.
Sorry, I came a little late.
No problem.
Yes.
But I want to understand, this is the business as usual of Bangalore municipal corporations. You are doing waste management and that's a Mysore, right?
Yes. It's Mangalore, sir.
In Bangalore. That's what I said. I heard someone Mysore right in the beginning. So Bangalore, this is a business as usual. You are doing your job. You are collecting taxes. What is so great that you are pitching for an award?
Sir, actually the complete whatever the waste, it's no manual handling is there. Almost it's completely mechanical, and whatever the garbage we are collecting, it's completely processed, and then whatever the dry waste is there, it's completely sent for recycling.
Okay, this is
Yes, sir.
organization.
Yeah.
How many sanitation workers are there on payroll?
Almost on outsource basis, we have got 623 workers. Only the sanitary workers, 620. Yes, and we have got our own workers. It's around 250 workers, 254.
So that's not much.
Means all earlier we have reduced the manpower also, so that earlier it was more than 1,000. Now we have reduced the manpower with the mechanical this thing. We are still going to reduce it by.
How have you reduced the manpower?
We started with the mechanical sweeping.
No, but that
Yeah.
when did you start it?
In 2015.
2015.
Yes, sir, February.
In a period of 2 years, you were able to reduce the manpower.
Yes, sir. Almost we have reduced.
There was no agitation and such.
Earlier we have outsourced it to the means 8 different contractors. Now we have reduced it to a single contractor with 2 packages. With the same contractor is running. We have earlier there was agitation, means the workers went on strike, but the system went on. Yes.
That's great. I don't know how it's done. That part.
Still we are going to reduce it. Actually now the Karnataka government has come up with one more notification that 700 population should have 1 worker. Yeah, recently they are given, and they are going to means we have to implement that one. Almost we have to reduce another 195 workers.
So you see, you have to all municipal executives have to satisfy the political masters, and their political
That was-
masters, they have the constituency, they need some employment for their constituency, people from the constituency, and easiest thing for them is this unskilled kind of things.
Yes, sir.
Safai Karmachari generally unskilled. So I think that's very important part.
Managing the Safai Karmachari workers is a
So
major
who
thing.
was the champion in this? Was the commissioner or who's?
At that time, actually, this proposal was set up in 2009, sir. But to satisfy this political this thing, it took 2 years. Means almost 2009 we put up in the council body, and that council body gave the approval in 2011. So we have to explain each and every worker, means political body, so that they satisfied by 2 years, so that after 2 years they got it approved.
So you had some kind of a perspective plans in your
Yeah, we have prepared detailed plans for that, sir.
and you convinced your political master to adhere to that.
Yes, sir.
Very good. That's good.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You have another presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One more presentation is there.
Kindly come to that.
Can I get a water bottle?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Kindly control your time because
Yes, sir. I'll reduce it. I'll finish it as early as. this malaria control system. Actually, Mangalore is a humid climate where Mangalore is prone to this malaria since 1990s. 1990 was the time when Konkan Railways started. Konkan Railways, at that time the workers came from different parts of India for the work. At that time they started labor, means in Mangalore we don't get the labor force to do this work. So only the supervisor and managerial level workers are there in Mangalore. So we have to get it from outside the state. So this started at that time in 1990s, and it gone increasing in 96, where almost 16 to 20,000 cases were identified in 96. And then there was no control of malaria in Mangalore. Almost the complete malaria system was set up, means there was a complete malaria cell was started in 2003 in Mangalore itself, and that cell was operated with the help of CSIR funds from banks and other industry, because there was no separate budget from the corporation to manage this malaria cell. So we started with means coming onto this system, where the need for this new system, why this system was taken up, implementation strategy, benefits from the system, and sustainability. I'll carry on this according to this one itself, sir. Where the need is simplification of malaria reporting process as well as reporting efficiency from the labs. Actually, malaria reports are received from different labs. Where the blood testing is done, immediately the reporting system has to come to the corporation, so that we can take up the issue further with the patients, as well as we can analyze these things, and also bring accountability with the stakeholders, then improve the field workers efficiency, then documentation of the malaria control program in each stages, then quality statistics, data analysis, and effective preventive measures. These were the need. And then situation before that was only the manual recording was done. Manual recording of malaria control was done, where the field workers used to go to the field and collect the data, and they used to enter into the manually. They used to enter manually. Then failure to collect the malaria cases data from the private hospitals, means all the hospitals were used to give the data, but they will collect the data, they will send it in writing, where it will take 15 days, 1 month to reach the corporation. Then lack of coordination with the stakeholders, and we used to call them, take the data. There was no coordination with different departments to understand with that, and then difficulty in monitoring the work efficiency of the field workers. Means there were almost 50 to 60 workers who were going for the field to monitor only the malaria cases. So we were not having any coordination, or means we were not able to monitor where the workers are. Immediately they will go to the field, they can sit in the house and they can write it and come out, but we are not able to monitor that one, and difficult to track. And the follow-ups, there was a follow-up cases where the malaria cases, if the patient is identified, incident is identified, immediately we have to track the malaria case, and the workers has to go, treatment has to be given, and then again the follow-up has to be done. Means every 7 days they have to go back, and then they have to identify that one. Means what is the cases, and also the action on offensive, means previous offenders, and then unable to collect the real-time data. Means immediately we were not able to collect the data. So we wanted to develop a software. So we came up we started this process in 2014, where the software development was taken up with the help of CSIR funds from Mangalore Medical Research Foundation, means Research Society, MMRS, where and also the NGO contributed for this one. And then we have got private companies who have helped with this software, where the iPoint Technology, Codecraft, and Karnataka and corporation banks helped with that one. And then ULB is maintaining, means Mangalore City Corporation is maintaining the system, where the financing was done by this Mangalore Medical Research Society. Then resource for the office space and software system was developed by this iPoint and Codecraft. Then all the system was to be done with the Android mobiles, or then tabs. That was contributed by this Karnataka Bank as well as Corporation Bank. Then MCC is managing with the operation and maintenance. Actually, this is the system where the latest mobile app means everybody are using the mobile application, so that each application can be downloaded. App is the system where it can be easily taken out, where each we have got a web-based system as well as the app-based system, where the app-based system is being utilized by these field workers, and the web-based system is being utilized by the private hospitals, clinics, and labs. I'll just show it in the further slide, where that can be how they are using it. And then the field workers are using this mobile app, and also the back-end process is being monitored by the control room. Single control room has been set up in Mangalore, so that they are controlling the entire system. Where we have got a Mangalore, we have got a Malaria Control Action Committee, where this control committee sits every month, so that the system has to work. The action committee is monitoring the entire malaria control system, where before the system it was reporting on all the cases. It was on weekly and monthly basis, means early diagnosis and prompt treatment, where now it has been reporting incidents soon after the smear is taken. When the smear is taken, they will enter into the system directly, so that reporting is received within a seconds, means all the data are received and it will be transferred directly to the field workers, so that he can attend immediately when the data is received. Then program centric, it was a program centric implementation before. Now it is a incident centric, means immediately when the incidents are received, immediately the action is being taken. Then evaluation of the field workers by trust and written books. Earlier they used to write it in the books and get it, so that we have to trust them and we have to analyze it. Now each and every workers has to be in the field, where the GS locations are tracked. Means each and every workers will visit 50 to 60 houses in a day, so that workers can be monitored online. No random reviews. Earlier there was no reviews for these field workers. Now the reviews, almost 10% of the random reviews is being done, and it is also monitored online. And then monthly and yearly wise risk identification. Earlier to identify the risk it was very difficult. Now the every weekly basis risk stratification is being done, and then the ward wise data will be shown, where are the cases identified and why the cases have been identified. Then improvement system, proper action, then bring dignity, means actually the to strengthen the communication for the field and office executives, that was a major thing. And then response time, we have cut down almost to 100% with the response time, means immediately when the incident is received, if the blood sampling is done on 7 o'clock from the morning till evening, so that immediately the response time has been increased, and it has improved the supervision as well as the monitoring. Sir. Then the behavioral change in the public towards the malaria control, means each and every person can be, each and every house is being monitored online, where the cases, malaria incidents in 2015, you can see the malaria cases, almost 11,000 cases were identified in 2015, and 2016 we have got 11,000 cases, so that at that time there was no proper means we started our malaria monitoring from 2015. At that time the increase, the red line shows the red color shows where the cases which are more than means high risk areas. In this actually in monsoon season the malaria cases are more.
But there is no change in the number of cases, no?
I'll just show it, sir. I'll just show it. And the cases are reduced. It has shown a decreasing trend. Means in the beginning there was no reporting system. The hospitals, labs were not reporting. We have included all the hospitals and labs tied up with labs, and they have started giving the data. Earlier there was no reporting for months together, so we were not able to receive the data from each and every hospital. If the reports are received also, but the data were not able to track that. Then you can see the 14, 15 and 16 data. There was the malaria trend and also the rainfall trend.
But what is happening, it seems to be a post action
I'll just show it, sir. It's in the slide itself. Actually, the malaria cases, we were not knowing when the malaria cases are getting increased, but in the monsoon season it has increased, and also we started in 2015. We were not able to track how many cases were reported because of the hospital's labs were not reporting promptly. But in 2016 we have 100% of labs, each and everything was successfully implemented, so that all the cases are being reported. Almost all the cases are included in this one.
All labs, you mean the private to public?
Yes, private, public, everything was added. At that time we were not receiving the data. We started receiving the data, so that all the data were received on time. I'll come back to this. And these are actually the lab reporting time, where earlier the data were received immediately after the when the smears are taken up, and within 48 hours all the cases have been attended. I'll come back to this. Actually, this is the web-based system, where we have got an executive login as well as the lab login, where the supervisors or the MPWs will log in. Means we have got a multi-purpose workers for each and every wards. One worker has been allotted for each ward, so that worker will log in here. And this is the hospital entry, where the hospitals can enter each and every data. And if you enter into this executive login, we have got the data. Where we can see the tabular or the map, this thing, and then we have got a source analysis, incident analysis, death analysis, random reviews, then multi-purpose workers performance, escalation reports, summary of the total samples, then lab summary, all the incorrect words, everything has been, and all the cases which are shown will be shown on this map itself. When you come to the source, this thing, we can just see how many cases are reported in a day, and source means each and every workers visit the site, each and every houses, then it will be recorded online and it will be received on time itself, so that they can upload the photos with the source photo. It will show in this manner, where the mosquito breeding is happening in this barrel, so that that will be a photo will be taken immediately. It will be intimated to the residents, so that they have to clear the water, and then that can be stopped at the same situation itself.
These are preventive measures you take.
Yes, sir. Immediately, so that that will be recorded online and it will be on the backup, so that once if they visit once again, if they see some, if they want to see the previous data, they can take down, means they can go through their previous data, and then they can see where are the locations which are earlier shown, and then if they are repeated with the same thing, then we are going to penalize with the residents as well as the construction builders. Then the incident cases, the hospitals and every details which are entered, it will directly come to this MPW workers, means the workers who are in the field. It will be recorded with this date of diagnosis, reporting date, then status, patient's address, name, which ward, and who are the workers who are receiving the data. This data will be seen on the incident analysis. If it is closed, they have attended the data, and the date will be mentioned. And also the open means the cases which are open, and the workers has to visit the site. Then coming to the death analysis, if there are any deaths happened due to malaria, that is also being recorded, and that malaria, since January there is no death reports which have been seen in this. And then the performance of each and every workers, means almost 60 workers are there, each and every workers, almost this worker, individual worker, the records, the total number of records they have uploaded is almost 31,992, means each and every houses they have visited, and then it has been uploaded. We can see each and every worker's performance. Then escalation report, if they have not attended, then the cases will escalate to the senior officials, so that can also be recorded, and the random reviews are being done. And this is the summary of the total sample reports, where each what type of analysis they have done. This is the RDK, the smear taking and QBC system, where in a month how much RDK kits will come, where the blood samples are analyzed with RDK kits, and then that samples are being collected, which how many are examined, total positive and negative cases reported, and that can be means seen from all the hospitals as well as the field sample. And this is the hospital summary, where the hospitals we can click it, and then almost 120 labs are there in this, all are reported in a single this thing. And then if there are incorrect wards while entering on the field, if they have entered wrong figures, then it will be diverted to the incorrect wards, and then that can be edited and diverted to the correct wards. This is the malaria system, where earlier the manual system has been reduced to this software system, where each and every data are been taken, as well as even the photos are been taken from the field, and then it has been recorded. So each and every data are been monitored online. And
how cooperative are the households?
All are cooperative, sir. Each and every houses means each worker has been deployed for each ward. Means almost 60 wards are there. For 60 wards, 60 workers are there, and then we have got 10 urban health centers from the corporation side, where the urban health centers are monitoring the treatment system, where once the cases are reported, immediately the workers will go and visit the site. They will analyze the surrounding with the mosquito breeding. They will take the photos. If the mosquitoes breeding are there, then they will destroy it, and then they will take the photos again, and then it will be uploaded online, so that each and every spraying, fogging, everything will be done on the simultaneously when the incidents are seen, so that they will the malaria cases should not increase. The trend what we see is 2015-16 was an increasing trend. In 17 it has come to less than 40%. So almost 39 to 40% of malaria cases have been reduced.
And when do you feel that it will be totally malaria free?
Actually, we are trying to do it within 2019, so that yes, sir, malaria free. Yes, sir. Almost 12,000 cases every year we were receiving, sir. Now it has been reduced to 7,000 cases. Actually, in till 2006 there was deaths. Almost 100 deaths in a year was happening due to malaria. PV, PF and mixed. Three types were we have identified.
Very nice, Manoj. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And good presentation.
Mr. Madhu S. Manohar, sir.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So now I invite Mr. Rajesh Singh, Regional Manager, Amravati Municipal Corporation, to kindly make your presentation.
ये पॉइंटर कैसे चलेगा? हाँ. नेक्स्ट कौन सा? ओके. और पॉइंटर ये. ठीक. थैंक यू. Good morning, everyone. I'm Rajesh Singh from Softech. This is about auto DCR presentation being used in Amravati. Sir, auto DCR is basically a tool which is being used for autonomization of the building plan, that is called BBL. So government of India actually before auto DCR concept, all the authorities and I mean local development authorities across the India were using their individual bylaws for interpretation of the building bylaws, for approving of the residential building, commercial building, and hospitals, and number of type of properties which were being built on that time. So all the junior engineers and authorities were using their own bylaws. So there was not any a proper mechanism to track the bylaws, and based on the area and authority, there were lacks of communication, and there was not a proper any mechanism which can be used as a central level or centralized. So sir, this is Maharashtra. Sir. Sir.
But as of now, it is only Karida, sir. Guntur and Vijayawada both are together formed as Amravati, sir. So there is no Amravati corporation on that.
Whenever I was Amravati name is right because it's motivation.
Yes, sir.
It's an old name.
Amravati.
Maharashtra is a very old.
So Amravati. So the concept of using this auto DCR, what we have done, we have made an application or we have made a tool based on the CAD, AutoCAD, and we have centralized the whole bylaws of the government of India and make it applicable at the authority level, where we have tried our best to make the bylaws and interpretation of all the type of the building at the same level. Means any person can use that bylaws and report of that scrutiny, which junior engineers and authorities were doing in a, let us say, 48 hours and 60 hours for scrutinizing of that structural drawing. So now they can perform in the within 15 to 20 minutes. So it is reducing their time.
The bylaws are there on the website.
Website itself. So I will take it in the further screen, sir. So objective of the this auto DCR is to take the planned and correct, sir. Actually, when before implementing this auto DCR application and tool, actually architects were not getting any proper response, and
Move on to what is the simplification.
sir.
And
So
you have a general understanding of these things.
correct, sir.
You can move on and establish yourself how you are different. Because AutoCAD was introduced in Pune, South Indian cities 10 years back.
10 years back, and sir,
You are still talking about introducing that in your city. isn't it?
correct, sir.
So what is the difference in the way you are doing it?
Sir, actually auto DCR is the tool which is developed by a company, that is Softech, and which we are basically, and across the India basically except one or two authorities, we are implementing the whole bylaws, sir, actually. So sir, as I conveyed that auto DCR and BPAM, there is two part of the, in the whole concept. Auto DCR is the tool which auto scrutinize the proposal and based on the architecture drawing by the architects, and BPAM is the concept which is a application which track the file movement from one officer to second officer and have the proper movement mechanism, and every person, either officer or a citizen, can have the track of their proposal. These were the issues which were being faced before implementation of this tool, that human errors while reading in the architect. As I told, every junior engineer and every authority was implementing their own bylaws and own concept, which were basically not correct at the time sometimes. Interpretation of the complex rule and bylaws.
That's fine. You see, now there are several softwares
Sir.
like Rapid and all those.
Sir.
Is your auto DCR reads all those softwares, or what is it?
Sir, there is.
Only one or two particular software?
So basically this is well synchronized with the auto DCR tool. Like similar to the auto DCR, there is a Rabbit also, which is a second alternate tool. So based on some authority use Rabbit and some
Not been implemented.
sir, synchronization is required, sir, because both are separate. Both are separate, sir. So visibility of the proposal progress. This is the process which is being now followed. Information not aligned across the activities. As I told, the officers were putting the file at their level, and they were not giving the proper information to the architects. educate citizen interface means while I submitting my proposal to the authority, so I was not able to track the proposal, sir. Which the proposal is kept with the which authority and how long it will take to get the approval. That time I was not getting confirmed. And delayed revenue generation. It was the purpose when manual process was used. So revenue was basically lower side. Now I will show in the next slide how the revenue has increased, sir. So this is the architecture which is being used in the Amravati. Now one console is given to the architect where he prepare their proposal and at their end and submit to the authority. Before submitting to the authority, there is a concept of preparing the drawing into the auto DCR concept, sir. Sir, basically preparation of the drawing is basically a high knowledgeable thing. So individual can also prepare, but he should have knowledge. So architect is well aware of this thing, sir. In case I am an individual and I know how to prepare this pre-DCR and auto DCR file, I can also submit. And after the architect console, sir, we have a DCR cell console. DCR cell ensure the proper mechanism of the bylaws, which is whether it is used in the application or not. And once DCR cell confirm the proposal, whether all the bylaws of the government are being implemented in that proposal, then it goes to the officer console. And after the officer console, once it is either what is the status of that proposal, citizen can search the proposal. सर इसका ऐसा क्या कंसेप्ट है कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हर आफ्टर सेवरल इंटरवल दे issue a government order or some amendment, whatever deficiencies are being faced at the time, so government issues a next GO after a while. So that will also being incorporated in the DCR. So these are the benefits basically which have been implemented in the application. One is innovation, means all the automatic scrutiny of the drawing is being performed by the system itself. Acceleration means eliminating the lengthy process which JE were used in the 48 hours and 60 hours to scrutinize the process. Now they can perform the scrutiny in 10 to 15 minutes itself. This is collaboration, sir, automatic workflow which enable the collaboration between the applicant and senior officer of the department. This is accountability, sir. The system has a workflow like we can, every citizen and every officer can see the file was put how long for a particular table. So it shows the inward and outward of the proposal. And in the bylaws it was mentioned a guideline is defined by the government of India, like there is 15 days defined for a residential building approval. So it goes through several officers. Let us say junior engineer can have only 3 days of that 3 days to the proposal, then assistant engineer can 2 days. Right, sir. That is well defined in the application. And performance monitoring, that SMS and notification is implemented in the system, sir. Sir, this is the objective, like efficient, transparent and e-governance system is being followed, bringing uniformity of the proposal, like the government of India, that like BBL is being implemented across the India, some minor changes at the authority level. Some facility citizen by providing the facility, proposal online view in respect of the stage where this file is put on, sir. Sir, this is the basically layer. So first layer is for architect, second layer is DCR cell, where they confirm the all the bylaws are put in the proposal or not, and this is the authorities console when they perform their respective activities. So at the department end, one is, sir, inward file. Inward means once file is confirmed by the DCR cell, it directly goes to the like clerk label, which check the whether payment and payment have been received of that file or not. basic information. Once it is confirmed by the color, it goes to the assistant engineer, which check the bylaws part of that proposal, and then it is being cleared from this assistant engineer. It goes to the higher officer for the approval or rejection. This is a console where a user has to log in and submit their proposal. This is an architect console. So architect console has given a proper mechanism wherein he can track the how many files are in the draft, how many have been submitted, and how many files of scrutiny done, file rejected or objected. All the concept can be seen here. This is the interface where every architect has to fill certain information while submitting the information. So building bylaws is defined like in case I am a user and I am an architect. So I know what document has to be submitted for this particular proposal to get the approval. Like in case I am submitting my residential plot, so certain document and some process have been defined by the Government of India in that residential part. Similarly, in case I am submitting my commercial buildings, so the set of document is also defined. So what it is defining, it is decreasing the time of the approval, getting the approval basically. Earlier there were mess up. I mean, architects were not aware which document has to be produced in front of the authority. So they were rejecting very frequently and getting 6 to 7 months to approve the file. So this is tracking tool where remark of the every officer, that DCR cell, and this is DCR cell. Once DCR has confirmed, then user remark also can be seen, rejection remark, and auto DCR cells file multiple attachment can be seen here. And this was a flow, proposal flow. The best part of the application is every user and every citizen can search the file at their end itself. He don't need to interact with the authority. So this is scrutiny part. So DCR or DCR cell perform the scrutiny of that drawing at their end. Once drawing is okay, it is being sent to the next authority. And during that scrutiny, these are the layer. Layer means we have designed a tool in such a way which automatically reads that drawing of the application and generate a report. This is showing that height of building and width of the building, plinth heights and all based on that drawing. This is system generated reports at DCR cell level. This is some certain type of information which table automatically getting inserted in that proposal, and officers can read at that time for their internal information. This is report after the scrutiny. Once scrutiny is done by the DCR cell, it goes to the assistant engineer, and automatic report can be seen by the officer. So once scrutiny has been generated and produced, it goes to the next level officer, where it shows whether that drawing is passed in the rule or not. Pass in the rule means officers have to just take a decision whether file has to be approved or rejected, because it itself ensure, because this thing itself ensure that that proposal is in line with the bylaws. So once DCR cell had confirmed that proposal is okay, then it goes to the next authority by selecting the name of the officer here.
Sir,
these are sir.
ये आप जिस पे आ जाइए कि इसका आउटकम क्या रहा?
Sir, okay.
Technical detail छोड़ दीजिए, कोई बात नहीं.
So this is a proposal acceptance. Inward color can see the detail. This is that what we call it. Like
कि पहले मैनुअल जो थे आपके सिस्टम में कितने आते थे, अभी कितने आ रहे हैं?
sir,
पहले कितना टाइम लग रहा था, अभी आप कह रहे हैं कि कितने दिन के अंदर आप कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं, वो आप बताइए.
sir, I'll come to that part, sir. Sir, these are the cases basically. after the acceptance of the system, these are the proposals, sir, which is showing a record. Like as of now, total around 1925 files have been received, in which 1500 files has been approved. These are the pending files at the end of the authorities, and these files have been rejected due to non-receipt of some documents of technical part. Sir, actually it was implemented before 4 to 5 years. It's been 5 years, sir, now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, this is not the yearly record, sir. This is the total. This is the total proposal, sir, till date received in the authority. That's it, sir. That's it. Sir, I'll come to the next screen, sir. These are, sir, revenue part. Once it's been implemented in the 2010 and 11, and since then the growth of the revenue is like this, sir. Sir, these were some information which is published by the, and appreciation of the work being published in the local newspapers. Sir, lots of award been already received, sir, by the authorities, sir. Skoch award, sir. For best practice, sir. Sir, these were the awards, sir, which were received in the 2014. India award in 2014, sir, as well. That's it, sir. Sir, any question, please?
The thing is, good presentation. It's a good initiative that you have taken. But only thing is that sir was also pointing out that this has been only implemented in few of the municipalities. So uniqueness about it could not come out anywhere.
Sir.
So while you would have presented 3 years back or something like that, that was the fresh and the unique.
Sir.
Now we are pitching it up for the award once again.
Sir.
So we just wanted to understand that what improvement has taken place and why you feel that you are considered for the award this time again.
Sir.
We'll be very glad to.
Sir.
You must be from the technical side, right?
Sir, I'm operational part, sir. I'm handling operational part. Sir, here?
You can company. You have a company.
Sir.
Any officials from the corporation here? Or
No, sir.
no officials?
No, sir. Sir. Sir, the best part of the application is once it is initiated by the government, so number of authorities had used that time, and as of now they are using.
Go back to that slide about the graph which is presented. Almost the last one.
Sir, I'm coming to the graph, sir. Actually, it is getting hang, sir. Sir, best part of the application is like.
What is one to make out of this? Rejections there would have been earlier also.
Sir.
Has the rejection come down or not? Pending 213, pending for what period of time? See, when it presents something, it has to convey something, isn't it?
Sir.
So, I don't know whether you have answers to all these things. What was the rejection rate earlier? Has the rejection rate improved in the sense that has rejection come down?
Sir.
Has it become more user friendly?
Sir. Right, sir. This is the right word, sir. Basically, the purpose of this screen is, it is basically, since this is a processor, process means the concept has been defined by the government of.
How long is the contract with the local body?
Sir, it's been around from the inception of the project, sir.
You are there till when?
Sir, it is basically yearly renewal by the
Renewed every year.
by the authority.
Renewed every year.
Right, sir.
So they are dependent on you.
Exactly not dependent on us, sir. Basically, all the
If
sir.
you are out, will they be able to manage still?
Sir, there is a tool which is auto DCR, is basically that is developed by us only. So that in case they want use this auto DCR, then we have to serve, sir. We have to serve.
You have to have an understanding with you, continuing understanding, unless they move to another regime.
Sir.
How many municipalities you have implemented it?
Sir, across the India only MCD is left, sir. Whole the India is using this software that is developed by us only, sir. That auto DCR itself, sir.
There is Pune or Thane.
Pune and Thane and Delhi, Uttarakhand, everywhere, sir.
Wherever the auto DCR is implemented, that is your system.
Yeah, right, sir. Right, sir. So only this is the only our company have developed this tool, sir. Since reading the scrutiny.
Instead of your nominating for Amravati,
Sir.
you should have gone for your own company. That would have been made sense, you know. Since you implemented, suppose you started from X city, and now you are implemented in say 100 cities or something like
Sir.
that. Or 200 municipalities.
Sir.
That would have shown the graph of your success of auto DCR of the auto system as such.
Actually, sir, this is not our company's presentation, sir. Basically, this is on behalf of the Amravati, sir. So this is.
But in Amravati, to be very frank, we didn't find anything extra.
Sir, extraordinary is this part only, that bylaws part is being incorporated in the system, which is being added.
Implemented in 2010 exam, you are
Right, sir.
correct?
Right, sir.
Since then, you have not given any comparison as server change.
Right, sir.
Before and after, which Skoch would have asked for. Before and after, we don't have the analysis to do. In case CSIR is absolutely right, when you take the rejection 204,
Right, sir.
it's quite possible till 2013 that all the rejections were to this one. Now there is no rejection.
Right, sir.
Or the rejection rate have come down to 50% or 40%.
Right, sir.
So that sort of comparison, kindly send one slide of that.
Right, sir.
Go there.
Right, sir. I'll take a note, sir.
Make a slide and send it to Skoch.
I'll take a note, sir.
We'll put it as a part of your presentation.
Right, sir.
And then we'll do a poll.
Thank you. I'll take a note, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Now I request Mr. M.D.K. Moinuddin. You are there. You have got your presentation, sir. Odupal municipality. कहाँ पे है सर? हैदराबाद में. You are in Telangana. Kindly make both the presentations. One by one.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर माय नेम इज
आप सिटीजन सर्विस सेंटर का पहले करेंगे ना?
हाँ सर पहले ये
CSIR.
मेरा नाम मोहम्मद ख़ाजा मजदूर सर मैं मैनेजर बोडपल म्यूनसिपालिटी सर बोडपल म्यूनसिपालिटी इज न्यूली कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड म्यूनसिपालिटी इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल 2016 सर so after constitution of the municipality we immediately started citizen service center sir in the month of May 2016 sir and something I want to say about our municipality is our municipality has achieved 100% collection sir in corporate tax and our municipality is open defecation free municipality sir declared in the month of February 2017 sir. And our municipality is ISO 9001-2015 certified municipality sir. We have very less staff sir, nearly 10 government employees sir. Our municipality population is 1,35,000 sir, 21,000 properties are there. 1,35,000 what do you say sir? The main objective of CSC is to create transparent and time-bound grievance handling service delivery system to the citizen and establish an effective monitoring system at each process, sir. the issues and challenges are, sir, timely and transparent service to the citizen is one of our prime responsibilities, sir. Urban local body handles various grievances on day-to-day issues and providing 23 types of services, sir, such as issue of birth and death certificate, mutation, assessment of property tax, issue of water taps, sir. So before what happens, sir, citizen will come to office. They don't know for where they have to do, where they have to go, sir, and so sometimes they will go to work out, sir. They will go for agent or something else. Gram Panchayat, sir. Yeah, major Gram Panchayat, sir.
So many Gram Panchayat form the municipality.
No, sir, only 2 Gram Panchayat. By merging 2 Gram Panchayats, we formed municipalities.
It's not Nagar Panchayat, it's municipality.
A municipality, sir. There is no tracking mechanism, monitoring systems of before, and the manual collection of application grievances, which resulted in delay. Official will keep the files with themselves. People, the applicant or citizen don't know where they have to go. They don't have any proper acknowledgement, sir. So some problem there. Need for effective citizen services monitoring system to keep applicant informed on the status. So we established single window service, sir, where we have only one counter where citizen can give their application, and from there itself they can receive the procedure, sir, proceedings, the outcomes, sir. So we develop a cloud-based citizen service monitoring system that works as a bridge between the municipal staff and the citizens, sir, in handling the services applications. Multiple options for applicant to filing of complaints and services with the ULB via mobile app, website, telephone, or visit to counter, sir. Systems alert to all the concerned stakeholders at each stage of process. Monitoring of mechanism for senior official to review and auto escalation. Process, sir. We established a one-stop counter, sir. Mapping of the process, development of web portal and software program for system integration. We have given training and capacity building of the staff on the new system. Awareness and publicity among the all stakeholders. We have in this process we have given a very good awareness, sir. We have regular monitoring of the staff performance. And this is the process how it works, sir. Suppose a citizen comes, sir, he have many options, sir. They can come they can directly file their grievance at CSC or fax or phone call or letter or through a mobile app or personal meeting. After if a citizen give a grievance, it goes to server, sir. Then it comes to the first level officer. If he does not do that work in a given time, it will go to section head and again to the manager and then commissioner. And after solving that, it will directly go to this single window citizen, single window center, where the citizen can get the outcome. E-application and generation of unique the features of this service center is that e-application generation of unique reference number, e-acknowledgement for service request with time and date, automated intelligence system, assign and the application to the concerned office, auto escalation to the next level officer in case of default, SMS alerts to citizen with details of officer addressing the services request and time to time updates at each stage, SMS alert to the officer concerned for action on mobile app, staff login for service request processing and status updation on payment of taxes, sir. These are the features of our CSC, sir. We received nearly 4,000 plus service applications, sir, and we have handled 3,000 plus grievances in the citizen service center, sir, and nearly 18,000 plus citizen download citizen services, My Body app, and utilizing service. Accountability of the staff is disposing the application. Among this, I want to say that before what happened, before if a person has a complaint or he need any service from the municipality, he used to go he used to come to office. He don't know where he has to go, so he used to go each table. वो हर एक के पास जाते थे जहाँ पर उसको मालूम नहीं था क्या करना क्या नहीं.
एक एक के पास से जाके पूछते थे, पूछने पर वो लोग ऐसा इधर जाओ करके बताते थे। तो हमने सिंगल सर विंडो लगाने से ये क्या है, वहाँ पे इन्वर्ट में देता है उसको, बाद में वहीं से आपको आउटकम आ जाता है। इसका सिटीजन सर्विस सेंटर का ये है सर। इससे हमारे नियरली 4,000 प्लस अप्लीकेशंस है और 3,000 प्लस ग्रीवेंसेस है सर। These are the dashboards, sir, in our citizen service center, sir. This is our citizen service monitoring system. This is our dashboard, sir. This is our latest updated, sir, to 4,265 complaints, sir, we received, and out of that we have cleared within SLA 3,947, sir, and it is pending 15 SLA, sir, with us. 15 application within SLA, sir. We have the facility that Citizen Service Center is a trained staff to handle citizen grievances and provide sufficient information on services, scheme, process, etc. Sir. Printed application form for required service, list of the services, timelines for delivery, documents required, concerned officer, etc. RTA information will be concerned officer, contact information. Department heads information with contact information, sir. Task collection with handheld device and system generated receipt, system printers and water and new presses service. These are the few photographs of our citizen service centers. These are the 23 services, sir, we will do, sir. These are the press clippings, sir. Madam has inaugurated, our CDMA madam has inaugurated this citizen service center, sir. Any doubts, sir? Any questions?
Just one more question. You are saying that 100% tax collection.
Yes, sir.
Property tax collection. How do you make it happen?
Sir, this is a new municipality, sir. We have given 400 and Gram Panchayat has given us 481 lakhs, sir. So we have we have done camps, sir. Every Sunday. This is a new municipality which is near to 1.35 lakhs.
So how many houses?
21,000, sir.
21 houses.
Yes.
On the 21,000 houses, all the houses are paying Vibra taxes.
All the, to be fair, that is 99+%, sir, which will be rounded to 100%. So for this we have done many things, sir. We have no, you can check our website. Our municipality has got first certificate for collection of property tax, sir. Only within a span of 1 year, with very less staff. I am the manager there, sir. I handle different sections, revenue section, the CSI sections, these all things.
And what about the solid waste management collection?
That is our sanitary inspector there, sir. We have our own solid.
But that comes under the
Municipality, yes, sir. Our sanitary inspector will look those things, sir. We have our own dumping yard, sir, which is you can say resource park, which is beautiful one, sir. Sometime our municipal functions will done in that resource park. That is, or you say dumping yard.
You are there in this municipality right from the beginning?
Yes, sir. Beginning means it's in the month of April 2016. I joined in October 2016.
Which means just about a year or so.
Year.
And you said this was two Gram Panchayats.
Yes, sir.
You merged that and made it a municipality.
Municipality.
Gathering population 1.35
lakhs.
Because Gram Panchayat population in
Sir.
Telangana or Andhra Pradesh is not 60,000 or 65,000. It's much less than that.
No, sir. Actually, sir, that the
Gram Panchayat or Gram Panchayat?
major Gram Panchayat, sir.
How many?
Two.
Actually, this is part of Hyderabad.
Hyderabad.
This is part of Hyderabad. They have gone around Hyderabad, and earlier they tried to make that municipality. They went to court to merge with GHMC, so which is Hyderabad Corporation. Then it is again formally separate municipality instead of merging with the Hyderabad Corporation.
How far it is from Hyderabad?
Four. retired.
So how have you developed your systems? You created municipal office there.
Hmm.
So previously there may not be any tax collection, property
Yes, sir.
collection by the Gram Panchayats and all that.
Yes, sir. We have created awareness among the property.
Awareness is fine,
Yeah.
but you might have created some rules because
No.
if it is a Gram Panchayat, then there are separate kind of rules for the village area.
Sir.
And if it is in the urban area, then there are altogether different kind of rules there.
No, we have carry forward those rules, sir, because it is in court now. This municipality is in court, sir. It doesn't decide it. It is
And then
continued.
you have 100% collection.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
We got.
sir is asking about the policy that we have taken up to take 100%.
That's what, sir. We have planned, sir, for collection of 100% tax. Every Sunday we will create a camps, because this it's a yes city.
100% against the demand or 100% against all households coverage?
Sir, 100% about the demand, sir. जो demand है ना, demand का collection में नहीं सर, सर one नहीं सर.
What you are making a presentation. This seems to be too good to be true. This is nowhere in India. So don't make such kind of claims which is too good to be true. That in India no crime, nothing,
No, sir.
nobody tells lie. No, that's not all.
No, sir.
Submission, sir. In our state, 6 municipalities have done 100% collection, sir. 72 units are there in Telangana state, and this is one of the units, sir, to have done 100%. As he was mentioning, from Gram Panchayat, they have not revised the tax. So, has anybody conducted any study, external agency or whatever?
No, sir.
That
No.
you have a tax basis like this, and your collection is a tax potential, and you are. That is under.
This is under progress, sir. And one thing, sir, we have increased our revenue, sir.
That's fine.
We have
Very
increased
good.
one
First
crore.
year we'll accept it, and let's see the next year what happens, because this is not comparable at all. And then secondly, in case you are saying that another 6 of the UPs are.
Yes, sir.
That is there, sir.
But the citizen service center, are you assuming what would be your what do you call it, digital literacy? What would be the digital literacy in your area?
Sir, about 90%. It's an urban city, na, sir. It's near to Hyderabad. This is newly, what is that? There are new colonies there, sir.
You are giving numbers so confidently. I appreciate that.
No, sir. I work there, sir, and मैं कब field पे जाता ना तो मेरे को ये सब मालूम होता है.
No slum?
There is one slum, sir, somewhat far away, sir. Which you include in our, this one, the slum is very small one, sir. I am not saying it's. Yes, sir, ODF, sir.
There is no slum with ODF.
ODF, sir. We have, sir.
Already achieved ODF so fast. Was some work going on earlier or what?
No, sir. Actually, it's a new municipality, and करीब में जो है ना localities जो है ना वो जो है ना पूरे नए घर बनाए. So आजकल जो नए घर बना रहे, they already have their own toilets, sir.
People don't have the habit for going to the office.
No, not that much, sir.
What means that ODF when you are saying will be zero?
Zero, sir. There,
This is the developing area, sir. All you will find new homes and apartments.
there. We have slum
Rajendra with
other side, sir.
This is complete opposition.
Well, you can come to the next presentation, please. Thank you. Very nice.
within a very short period of span, sir, we have developed our own mobile app, sir. I think this is first app, sir, in our state, sir. We are first to introduce this app, sir. As I said, sir, our municipality is newly constituted municipality, sir, with 1,35,000 population, sir. Our main objective is to provide access to information. Access to information enables citizens to do transaction via governance, means mobile governance, sir. Citizen service mobile, our mobile app that develop a citizen-friendly mobile app within a month of constitution of the municipality. Municipality बनने के बाद immediate service center के साथ ही हम लोग अपना own mobile app बनाए, sir. Provide access to information and transactions. The services are available to citizens without paying visit to municipality. They can access it in their home itself, sir. These are the future, sir. Access to public representative and staff directory, sir. View and pay taxes, register and view grievances, sir. No service request status, know your service person, staff directory, sir. Download applications, sir. Timely notification from ULB, media coverage information, e-news, important contacts, toilet locator. Sir, in our app we have an important thing, sir. Toilet locator, sir. Some of our public toilets are there, sir. There the toilet can be located in our app, sir. तो गूगल ये क्या हमारा ऐप में ऐड कर लिया, सर. सब या this is our sir, the outcome of this is, sir, 8,000 citizens download our citizen buddy app, sir. Accessibility to various information, connect to citizen service via notification and feedback, sir. We are in connect with the citizens, sir, via this app, sir. They will give us feedbacks regarding our municipalities. 2,000 plus, 2,800 plus grievances resolved that are received only via app, sir. Staff login to view received complaints and update status. Achieved citizens satisfaction and transparency, sir. ये ऐप से हम लोग जैसे ना प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स में डेली हमारे पास 50,000 कलेक्शंस आते, सर. प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स का कलेक्शन, वाटर सप्लाई का कलेक्शन 50,000 तक आते, सर. और डेली हमारे पास ये 15 से 20 ट्रांजैक्शंस आते, सर, ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शंस.
ये आपके ऐप से अगर मान लीजिए कोई कंप्लेंट है
जी,
रास्ते में गड्ढा है या
जी,
कूड़ा पड़ा हुआ है, तो उसको मैं फोटो
खींच के अपलोड कर सकते, करते, सर. उसमें आ जाता हो जाता, सर. फोटो के साथ जियो टैगिंग करके इंजीनियर वो डिवाइड करके पर्टिकुलर इंजीनियर को आया था, इंजीनियर के पास आता था, वो देख के डेली उनके मोबाइल में आया था. जी,
तो 14 नवंबर तक पिछले साल
जी,
आप फोटो खींच के उसको भेज देना और
जी,
उसको कर देंगे, वो आज भी पड़ा हुआ है.
नहीं अब हमारे पास जी सर, ठीक है. हमारे पास सिर्फ इमीडिएट यही जो है ना कंसर्न वर्क इंस्पेक्टर को भेज के करा देते, फिर वापस फोटो खींच के वो अप्लीकेंट को चले जाता है और इंजीनियर के पास भी कॉपी आ जाती, सर. देख के वेरीफाई सेम डे, और हम लोग उससे फीडबैक भी हमारे को आता, सर.
हमारे यहाँ ऐसा नहीं होता है.
हमारे पास तो ये हमारे आउटकम्स है, सर, ऐप के.
अभी ऐप से और क्या करना चाह रहे हैं, आपको क्या व्हाट आर योर टारगेट्स की क्या कुछ होना चाहिए उसमें?
सर जो सर
आपकी नई म्यूनिसिपैलिटी है
जी,
आप बता रहे कि अराउंड 21,000 हाउस होल्ड
जी,
8,000 आपके सिटीजन डाउनलोड ऑलरेडी हो गया,
सर.
नया म्यूनिसिपैलिटी है
जी,
लीगेसी आपके पास कोई खास नहीं है.
जी,
तो इसमें आगे ऐप के थ्रू आप क्या क्या करना, जैसे अभी 23 सर्विसेज आपकी,
जी,
23 सर्विसेज में और सर्विसेज आप ऐड करना चाह रहे हैं,
जी,
क्या करना चाह रहे हैं?
सर. ये प्रेजेंटली सर टीवी सर्विसेज तो है, सर. हम लोग ये चाह रहे हैं, सर, एप्लीकेंट जो है सो ना म्यूनसिपालिटी को नहीं आए जैसा ही उसके जो भी सर्विसेज है हम लोग उसके डोर स्टेप में देना चाह रहे हैं, सर. और जो जैसा कैशलेस ट्रांजैक्शन चल रहा वो एफिशिएंट करने के लिए, सर, सभी लोग को हम लोग जो है अवेयर कर रहे हैं कि टैक्स वगैरह जो भी आप ऐप द्वारा बने आप।
ये ऐप किसने आपका डेवलप करके दिया आपको?
सर
ऐप वगैरह किसने?
हाँ सर, ये हमारी टेक्निकल टीम है सर, वी मैक्स है सर।
आपकी जो एम्प्लॉई है?
No, sir, we are a consultant.
Consultant. This is a company?
VMAX.
VMAX. You would have done for various other companies.
So this was the first time that we have done, sir, and then it was replicated on all the units in the state.
All the
Yes, yes. Okay. Last year May we had done. Within 4 months we could see good results, and then the commissioner of the
Other
department has liked it, and she has implemented across the state.
You mean all municipal corporations?
Yes, all except GHMC has its own app. Apart from GHMC, remaining all are using same app.
Including
Warangal Corporation and Karimnagar.
Warangal, Karimnagar.
Smart cities which are there now, they are also using. And centralized dashboard is there to the state to monitor ULBY smart cities also. And same thing is being done, sir, as you were asking, this online trade license application and online all applications are now being moved to this.
And what about like he has made a presentation then online
DPM.
approval of the building plans and all?
That is the same companies doing in our state also.
They are also
They are also doing in all 72, including GHMC. That company is doing, sir, auto DCR.
Auto DCR is there.
okay. Then in that case, in your app,
They have their own app, sir. That we cannot integrate with that.
cannot integrate.
And
No, sir.
application also cannot be made from the app, sir. They have to upload shape files. So that cannot be done on the app. So they have to do it on webhook. And as he was mentioning, that has to be done by the engineering institute only. So in app we can only show the report and they can check the status that they are giving us the service. So if you have already applied for the building permission, you can just enter the application number and check the status on the app. But we cannot apply that from this. But remaining we are doing it. If you want new building permission, if you want assessment of new building, that you can do, or if you want any other services, that we are taking online. About 6 to 7 services are in pipeline for application via mobile apps.
Very good. Sir? Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Very nice. So now I'll request the next presentation by Mr. Ashish Gupta, Municipal Corporation, Vadodara. Is there?
Good morning, all of you. I'm Ashish. I'm representing VMC today. I'm not from Vadodara Municipal Corporation. So they were not able to come because of the elections, ongoing elections in the in Gujarat. So our presentation is on the city Wi-Fi and intelligent poles that is under implementation, and the phase 1 of the project has been completed. So I'm here to talk about it. On 14th of August, first phase of this project was inaugurated by the CM. In this project, the vendor is implementing intelligent poles across the city of Baroda, entire city of Baroda, which will have public Wi-Fi and smart billboards on top of it, and provision for various other smart elements and sensors on the same pole. So this first phase was completed in 45 days from the announcement of this project. This is one of the pictures of the recently implemented pole there. So I will just try to, here we are capturing the summary of what all will be done under one project, right? So we talk about I-poles, 12 meter. We'll have more, this is the schematic diagram, there will be more diagrams further. and then there is a pole of 30 meters. So the both combined minimum poles to be installed in the city is 450, and it can go up to, you know, any higher number depending on the requirement of the Vadodara Municipal Corporation. Fiber will be laid. Wi-Fi hotspots around the city. The hotspots could be lesser, but the number of access points would be around double of the poles implemented. So we are talking about 1000 access points. Then there is smart billboards which will be installed on each and every pole that comes along with it, so that, you know, the messaging, government messaging could be displayed there. There is a 24/7 help desk in order to help the citizens with the queries or the problems that they're facing along, you know, from the Wi-Fi or from any of the smart sensors that will come on the pole. A bit of uniqueness in terms of, you know, there's a bit of uniqueness in terms of Wi-Fi, plus, you know, what we have tried to do as in, you know, as a vendor, as a partner to them, is that we have engaged with designers / architects and try to come up with the design of the poles. You know, these poles will have designs which will blend in with the, you know, with the city, right? You know, the heritage or the cultural city that Baroda is, right? So that will sort of blend in. So these are some of the schematics that you can see here. Smart gazebos. Gazebos are nothing but place making initiatives so that the place is beautiful. People can come around and sit at these places. Cultural amphitheater, and there's a pole here in the, you know, that goes up. So this is a 15-year contract, private-public partnership on a boot model. So this is the summary of the project. So, you know, I can, you know, you can stop me wherever you want. So this is, you know, all about it. We have talked about, we have tried to, there's a bit of change here that you see the 100 MB in the blue font here. We are trying to say that, you know, 50 MB, now that the data consumption is growing so fast, and 50 MB is nothing, you know, open WhatsApp and in the next 30 minutes you have actually consumed 50 MB. So we have increased that limit, and post 30 minutes, citizens of Baroda will be able to choose from different operators, be it Airtel or Jio or Vodafone or Idea or any other operator who are providing Wi-Fi through those poles. They can pick up a subscription, whoever is providing you the cheapest rate, you know, be it, you know, 10 rupees or 5 rupees, etc., etc. So the openness in terms of choosing the subscriber for the citizens will be there post this 100 MB every day, right? So the poles will have the provision to install all the smart elements, you know, could it be public announcement system or EV sensors or, you know, any other things that could be possible in the future. The uniqueness, the other uniqueness in the project, the ownership, yeah. So so we will have, so what we are saying is that, so this is a PPP model, right? So how does the vendor or partner benefit from this, right? So so a pole is, let's say, 12 meter or 30 meter. The top 1.5 meter of the pole will be used by us to install telecom equipments to improve the 3G, 4G or 5G connectivity that comes in the future. The rest of the pole and other stuff, you know, there'll be, you can put the CCTV cameras or the, you know, environment sensor on top of it. So we are actually, apart from providing all of this, we are actually giving a revenue share which is mentioned here to the municipal body. And the location of the poles, you know, half and half divided by, so maybe as a, you know, we are a telecom company, right? So
Commitment is for the year,
no, this is over a period of 15 years. This 22.41 crores that you see, it's over a period of 15 years, apart from the investment of 200 crores in the project. That's a capex investment for them, plus the revenue share of 22. So this money, then that can be used towards any other smart services that the municipal corporation wants to implement. There are a ton of things they're actually already doing. Some of the money from here could be used for other smart services. So that's the idea.
But
So
the smart service will include that efficient lighting system also?
so they are already doing it. If you can see the picture on the top here, these poles will have smart lighting here, and this pole is connected with fiber and connected to the command and control center. So these,
Right, but these poles are, you are owning these poles or not? You are installing these poles?
we are installing this pole.
These are the smart poles.
These are the smart poles, yeah. So actually they have not got a professional photographer.
It's not under this your purview.
so under this project it's not there, but they are doing it on their own. Yeah.
If I heard you correctly, Ramachandra asked you a question, who is owning this port? You said the municipalities or the district corporation owns this port. Then you said the upper portions of 5 feet or so, they belong to you, which means it does not belong to the municipal corporation. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, so I think I mistook there. So it's a boot project. So build, own, operate, and then transfer. So basically, so since we have put 200 crores in this project for VMC, the ownership is with us. 15 years, and post which it goes back to VMC, right? And as part of the agreement, the
sharing arrangement is you are saying up to this field is with you, and above that will go to the municipal.
No, nothing like that. I'm saying so let's say there is a, if you can see, this is a VMD, visual messaging display, and then there is a telecom pole here, the telecom antennas put inside. There is a Wi-Fi access point here. There is CCTV that they will plug in. There is LED lights that they will plug in. There could be EV sensors that they will put in here, right? And the messaging could, all of this. So all of this implementation is with us, right? Apart from the sensors or the other things that they will put. Revenue share, I could generate as a vendor revenue from here or Wi-Fi, and the revenue share of this goes to them apart from doing this for them.
You mean the CCTV cameras and everything that belongs to you?
No, so CCTV is not the part. So if you go to the scope of work here, there is no CCTV here. So they are running multiple projects, right? So L&T is doing a project on surveillance. So they will give some cameras, but cameras alone is not good enough. You need fiber connectivity so that it can be monitored at a remote location.
That was one of the examples. And my question was, the upper 5 feet belongs to you for 15 years.
The entire pole belongs to us for 15 years.
Okay. And you can do whatever you want to do.
No, we can't do anything. We can do only what is written here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means in case you are saying that CCTVs are to be installed by a third party,
Yeah.
then they have to approach the municipality through you.
No, they can. So we have already given rights to VMC to install different kind of sensors. Some of the names are already included, like public announcement system, EV sensor, CCTV, LED. No, we are not going to charge them. No. The idea is to make the city smart and have this provision on the pole.
Described a pole which you understand that this much of it can be commercially earning point.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes. So that portion can be commercially. Yeah. So.
Maybe 5 feet or 10 feet or 2 feet or 1 feet. What you like.
Yeah. Right.
So that you already described.
Right.
That is your bread and butter. Right?
Correct. Apart from, and let's say 85% and plus 10-15% from VMDs and Wi-Fi. True.
When you are investing 220 crores.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Revenue sharing is also there.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Right. So both the needs are met of both the parties. So it's a truly PPP in nature, So that's what we are trying to. The focus is PPP of its kind, where multiple provisions are there. So this is the summary brief. I'm just presenting what they have shared with us. So this is more about Indus Towers, who is actually going to implement this. Yeah, I represent Indus Towers. I am from.
Indus Towers only.
So I am from Indus Towers actually.
Indus
So
Towers is the same of that.
yeah, so we are the partners for this project. So we have won this bid and the agreement has been signed with.
Indus Tower is a part of Bharti.
Indus Towers is actually a joint venture company of Vodafone, Airtel, and Idea. Yeah, so it's not one company, all three of them. So what we try, but we will also be allowing. So as Indus Towers is a completely neutral player. So apart from these three players that you see, we are obligated to serve Jio or BSNL or Tata or whoever. So it's not that only these are the only. This is the company structure. I was earlier mentioning about the provision to install that has been done in the poles, etc. This is more about us here. So the initial in the RFP that they had come up with, list of 220 locations they have already identified. So what they had done is, there are some important areas where there is, like there are parks, etc., where people come and gather, spend. It's a very cultural city, Baroda. So they have put up some parks, some marketplaces where they have said that Wi-Fi is a requirement. So this was one of the things. They have said that there are telecom gaps also in the city and some locations. So the assessment, the market assessment right now is 450. It could probably change over the course of time. It's a 15 years duration. During the first 6-7 years, we plan to, we plan to do 220 in this.
Can you specifically state what was the basis of identifying these 450 points?
So this came as part of RFP. So they have appointed a consultant, PwC, and consideration for selecting those locations.
Consideration for identifying a particular spot to have an iPhone located.
So as far as I understood, it was based on surveillance requirement in that place where they could, they want to monitor something like traffic junctions, where they want to have install. Right now, they want to put some cameras, for instance, right? So some of them could. This particular project, they say that there is another project running for surveillance. I'm not too sure about the details. Typically, in other cities, I have seen that it goes hand to hand, with the police department. So I've seen that the IPS officers are engaged in those discussions when it comes to CCTV. So it was based on CCTV and Wi-Fi locations. Those things were considered to No, 220 are identified, and that's to be done in this year. And rest 230 they will come up with. They will give us the list, in due course of time. Yes, we are actually bound by that list. We provide 70% of that list because feasibility issues could be there, because fiberization has to happen, and so there is another existing project that is going on, in which L&T is laying some fiber. They have laid some 150. BMCs itself, Baroda Municipal Corporation, and if there are locations where fiber is not laid, then we will be allowed to lay other than L&T. So most of the areas L&T is covering already through an EPC project. So we will be able to. That actually is almost around completion, is what I believe. It's citywide. It's citywide. So all the locations are connected to command and control center again, which they have. That's a separate project. They have through HDD. They do HDD method, and they blow the fiber, and no open trenching. So digging is it's not open trenching, but digging is what I believe. So you could either have to cut it, or you actually create a pit here and then you blow fiber. So that's what they do. So with the 220 locations. Yeah, I have seen. So I'm not very familiar, because I've been twice or thrice, but I've seen they're probably slums. So Mr. Vinod Rao, who is the municipal commissioner of the Baroda state, and I think that his intent is to cover the entire city and not leave any part of it. So sure.
Any citizens, some set of any objections for these poles, because we believe is that this can create cancer.
Radiation. So that issue has, we have been, as Indus Towers, we have been facing this issue, day in and day out. It was too much in the past, but nowadays it's very limited to in pockets. However, I would just like to clarify this, that the EMF guidelines, India, the guidelines, EMF guidelines for India are 10 times more stringent than what are there in the Western states. And so even if you, so we hope that these things will change, but this is how the regulations are as of now. So probably a technical expert could tell you, but it's completely safe right now. And they say that the antennas which sort of radiate and which could be cancerous, etc., should be at a certain height, right? And you know, it should not be around 4-5 meters, etc., etc. No, no. So it's the EMF Council that gives that guideline for that, not the med. So there have been several events that happen where the doctors come together, the EMF guys come together and totally sort of bust this myth that it is cancerous, etc. So I guess a lot of work has been done and people are not so wary of this fact. It's actually not not a problem at all. Unfortunately, yeah. So I only know the fact, but I don't know the complete. I don't have the complete picture. Yeah. 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 We did not face any objection. We did not. No, no, absolutely no. We haven't had too many problems other than Mumbai, where some of the celebrities have.
No birds come anywhere near that.
Birds, as in? So, problems for birds?
There is no other birds. I'm sure no birds come anywhere near that. Would that be correct? The poles. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
No, not
They wouldn't come. Yeah. I can.
This on the lighter side.
Yeah.
On my campus as an ITO, there was
Okay. Right.
and so there was an incident of cancer, about 5-6 of them.
Okay.
3-4 of them died. I don't know whether this is because of that or what, for whatever reason. And we did not see the birds. Now the pole is no longer there.
Okay.
And we can see lots of birds around. Yes, I feel right. No? So, I mean, some scientific research has to be conducted.
Yeah.
Because this is the requirement. The people, those who are installing these, they have been suggesting them privately. Don't keep any Wi-Fi instruments while you are sleeping, and keep your cell phone off. Don't keep it very close to this. So all kinds of
Yeah.
the advisories have been issued privately,
Right.
not publicly, because they are there in the trade.
Right.
If I talk to
Absolutely.
you over a cup of tea and all, you might say something else, but yes, you can go ahead with this presentation.
No, so again, just to stress upon this fact that Indus Towers is not into any of the active element. So Indus Towers will not install any of the active elements. It is the operators who will come and put the active elements, be it Jio or Airtel and Vodafone. And before putting those equipment, they have to have their own process followed up, and they have to get all the approvals. So Indus Towers is more into passive. So the Wi-Fi equipment has to be run by operators or the guys who will come and provide services. So we're creating infrastructure.
Suppose they don't come and avail the services, you will send a bill to the local body saying that no one is coming.
No, that's not the part of the contract. So we foot the bill. So we are pretty sure how it is going to be. Yeah. This is a minimum commitment, by the way.
Yes, they will not come to you, but you will be marketing it, because to make it viable.
So we can't put the antennas by the by.
You cannot put, but
Yeah.
you can.
We'll have to market it to the operators. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
Otherwise, can't be done.
So these things have been discussed while we were talking. These billboards will have information like heavy rain alert, Swachhta related, swine flu, etc. This is what the government has been saying, other than the regular up for sale, etc.
How much have you invested so far for the 12 poles?
So right now our investment for 12 poles is around 12-13 crores. Right.
What is the return you are getting now?
Right now there is no return. Absolutely, there's nothing. There's zero.
Do you expect your return?
We are expecting returns from after 1.5 years. So at least any return. Before 1.5 years, nothing.
What is that cutoff from 1.5?
Why I'm saying this is so we were let's say I will just go back to one of the photos, for instance. So I'm just saying that somebody has to come here, right, inside this. Somebody has to give advertisement. So for advertisement, whenever an HUL or Bank of Baroda wants to advertise, for instance, they'll look at an inventory size. So unless if you have 12 or 50, They're not going to give you. Yeah.
But the service providers,
Yeah.
they must be already having a tower or something in that area.
Yeah.
Have they got rid of that?
So they will get rid of that. So that's the plan, right? So they will either, so if there is no towers in the vicinity, they'll probably come and put a small antenna here.
You know, so from those places, deliberately where the tower coverage is poor.
Poor, yeah.
That's what you have chosen.
Yes, yes. Right. So right now, if you see, this is only 12 meters, right? So a very small antenna would come in here, which can only cater to a running traffic, running population. You don't expect too much money out of it. There is 30 meter, you expect money out of that. So all in all, when it comes, stabilizes, etc.
You make money out of, basically out of what?
The top, this one, yeah. Out of this this radome that you see, camouflaged radome, there will be antennas here, and operators will pay us for this.
Like Reliance and all.
Yeah, Reliance, Airtel, Vodafone, Idea, Tata, whoever comes and puts their equipment inside us.
My dear friend, there won't be such fools that they will wait for you, isn't it? So what is the tie-up you have with them? Either you have an understanding, like you said, you are a joint venture.
Yeah.
Or you already have an understanding through Bharati.
Yeah.
Airtel, this, that and all that. They will shift to.
We already have agreements for these things. We already have a price plan planned for it.
Then you are also saying that if higher towers are there,
Yeah.
that will be
No, so what I'm trying to say, why I said a little longish lead time is because they will come and put their equipment here. But this tower will have to have a fiber. The fiber has to go and connect to their POP. So all of that, you know, HDD and connecting to their ring, because you need a microwave or a fiber to sort of transfer the traffic, right? So that you don't have a provision to put those big boxes that you see on this pole. So these towers needs to be fiberized and connected to Airtel or Vodafone or Jio's ring or whatever, wherever it comes, right? So that's a longish process. It does not happen so fast. Then next year monsoon will come. It'll, you know, 3 months will be gone. So I'm taking around a year's time before we actually start to see some revenue. And so this is why I'm saying the time will take. We have agreements for them. They are willing to come, but they would need connectivity. That is not available yet.
that will be your major revenue.
That's our revenue. Yeah, it's about 80%, 85%. Yeah, and then rest a little bit from VMD. Wi-Fi does not give any money other than the operators.
The displays should also be there, no? Commercial displays.
This is that 65-inch diagonal television. Yeah, so
Ground level, what is the area you take up?
so this is less than 1 by 1 meter. This space. There are some pictures you can see in the beginning. So these are
Those two are advertisements already. What do you see?
no. It's, here
Ground level.
this one no. So this is a lot of birds come in Baroda. So in Baroda. So this is one kind of the bird which is found in Baroda. So this is China mosaic. You know.
Probably you are telling the posterity that birds like the newspapers.
So we had shown through some designers and architects what are the things they liked one of these. So there are more.
Those are on the footpath or outside or at the
So this you can see as it is in the on the footpath in the corner. Some are actually at a middle juncture. You know.
some messages, if you want, you can take it back.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Don't take over the footpath because that is not a healthy.
No, so no, this will.
Saying if you want, you can take back.
Sure.
The point in coming here is there are some of us with some sort of wisdom or experience sitting here.
Yeah.
So please don't take over the footpath because now it will look very beautiful putting up something.
Yeah.
People won't be able to say anything. But footpath is the right.
No, they actually come up with locations. So I think if you see, so this is a kind of a corner that it was looking like a footpath.
The width is taken or what?
This one,
Looks like the width is taken.
but this is not the footpath, right? This is not like a walking pedestrian walk.
There may not be a footpath there at all.
This is no divider. This is divider, sir. See the vehicle on the other side.
You can't do it on the median, is it?
This is the median, no, sir.
This is the median.
So there's a vehicle there. So that's the plan, right? So this is like maybe a signal or a junction, etc. So they have actually, you know, with their own wisdom, they have given the location. So it was not up to us to actually choose the location. So at some places, we'll probably not be making any money.
Is all the service providers, Airtel, Vodafone, Jio, are they giving the same revenue or they giving
absolutely same, because we are non-discriminatory. We have an agreement which is similar for all of the operators. Yeah.
No, which means the bandwidth and everything, the speed, all that is the same for all the service providers in the city of Vadodara.
No, it depends on the capacity that they are holding in terms of spectrum and subscriber. There are other physics to it other than just having towers. So
So what is the speed there in Vadodara? You have seen you mentioned somewhere 100 or so.
no, so that's not so it's not speed, sir. We said that Wi-Fi provision, which will be free of cost, because there's this whole thing around Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. So 100 MB. So we plan to cover the entire city. You know, there's no. It's actually about 60 meters. So if you put a Wi-Fi here, then 60 meters is how. Yes. So at some location you will see only one access point, because there's not enough number of people. But at some location which is very crowded and it's a market area, or maybe there's a college 60 meters ahead of it. So you may want to create number of access points, because access point can have a contention ratio of X, 1:40, etc. So can't serve so many subscribers. So you need multiple. So that analysis happens, and then, which is why I was saying 1000 access points should be able to cover the city.
What speed you provide?
So the speed, so again, as I said, that Wi-Fi will have operators coming in over there, Airtel, Vodafone, Idea, Reliance, whatever. So they will come and provide their own speed, right? So whoever is providing better, people will have an option to choose that, right? So okay. So 512 kbps is a norm, right? In all the government, RFPs or wherever, minimum is 512 kbps. You're not supposed to drop below that. That's what they say. Maximum, they don't talk about it. If you're the only user, let's say you can get up to 1620 mbps right over there, but there are more users. So 512 से कम होने पे will be penalized. So that's the thing. No, so we. No. So this report is sent to them. So actually this is, so whoever is operating this, right? So we get report from them, and they see the report every day. Whenever they want, they can open the report and see it, right? So I think. Sir, international practice is not this. So what we have seen in, for instance, UK or some of the European countries, the ULBs are much richer. And smart city, this is essentially a smart city, right? And over there, government bodies invest into it. And, we have had some dialogues, and we were surprised to know that here anything and everything which happens over there is at the cost of the citizens, right? So the government invests money into making beautiful poles and putting Wi-Fi, and the buses are completely GPS enabled, etc. But the prices increase, for the end consumer. Here we don't expect that. Here the ULBs are not that, municipal corporations are not that rich, barring a couple of them, a few of them. So PPP model seems the best so far with our experience. Yeah. Europe, I can say. So there is a company called Ericsson, right? They call it a zero site pole. It's a smart pole is what they call it. They are a Swedish firm, and they put some poles demonstration over there, along with lighting of Philips controlled by Cisco, etc. So they call smart pole, and they will have lights and Wi-Fi. So and provision for similar. So the concept is established, but implementation is very little, and primarily in some of the cities in Europe. A lot of other cities have done, but in pockets, yeah.
In pockets.
Yeah.
MG Road, Vijayawada.
MG Road here also, Gurgaon also, if you see there are places, yes.
So it will be better for me not to pick at home, come and sit outside and do all my work from
Yeah. We don't want people to sit there the whole day. Students, yeah. There was a bad example that happened in, I heard it came in Hindu. So I wasn't aware some operator had done it on their own and in Coimbatore, right? So it was, they had made it unlimited and it was next to the street and there was a sidewalk and students from the college used to come and sit here the whole day, and it came with a paper in the front page, and it was later deinstalled. So I think there's some need to regulate it a little bit also, so that people don't come and sit. Yeah. Yeah, everywhere. Yeah. So that one case did not have a limit in Coimbatore. My understanding from the paper, it seems that everybody came and gathered on the street and sitting there the whole day. That's why you need a hotspot. You will need more. Yeah. Yeah. So the idea is not. Idea is not to encourage students to come and. This is more for, so 80 sites have been whitelisted, 80 government sites, so that people who need to, they will be free throughout 24 hours, right? So whoever needs to access, pay their bills, etc. There would be some government apps. Those have been whitelisted. The list has been shared by them. So that is that is going to e-governance, etc. help the. Yeah. So I think the discussion was fine. I mean, so these are some of the benefits which you already said. Wi-Fi, reduction in call drops because operators would come in and provide coverage, etc. in the black holes area. Awareness of products and government schemes. What we're trying to say is that there is a VMD and which is given 10% of the time to the VMC to put their messaging. So they can create awareness around whatever need of the hour would be in the city. Better city planning and development is because we are not just putting poles randomly, and there is a look and feel to it. So for example, let me go back, go to one of the, so this pole, so this is not installed yet. There is a Kala Ghoda circle in Baroda, and which exactly looks like this, right? So we are working on installing this at that particular place in that particular area. So we will match with the area, if it is a park, there is another design, maybe you can put something like this here. So this is for a bigger pole, right? Because so these are some of the schematic diagrams which we plan to do. This is amphitheater, this is plantation, this is smart gazebos. If we get such a space, if we give such a space, they want to probably at a bus stop or something. So these are some of the designs that has been planned. All designs are at CDL and Indus, so they want it to be unique, etc. So that's the plan. So we are so that's pretty much about it. I mean, so I think we talked and all of this has been discussed. So these are the numbers here. This is one of the poles that has been installed. So I think I have indigenous. So right now we have engaged a couple of, they are international companies, but they are made here. So what would you call them? I mean, there's a company called Ramball. They are they're either Swedish or Norwegian. So they have a big presence in India. Sorry. So no. So for the first 12 that we installed, it was transported actually. So it was not made. It was in Delhi, somewhere around Manesar or so. So but with this longer plan, and we will try to look at optimizing things. That's Ericsson. That's our sister company. So Bharti Infratel is doing it. So Bharti Infratel and Indus Tower. So basically that's an Airtel company alone. We are Airtel, Vodafone, and Idea. So yeah. So now what? So see, the list has been published. The work is pretty slow. So this is one of the things where we are actually proud of, that we have actually ahead of the curve. Right now we have installed 5 poles in NDMC area, New Delhi Municipal Council area, 5, and the plan is to do around 70. Similar style, but the poles are stainless steel, you know, because it was NDMC and the demands are high, etc., etc. So we are doing that with a similar concept, that they do not have VMDs, because NDMC local, there is no permission for such a thing, but there is environmental sensors and Wi-Fi, and then there is light, and then there is CCTV, and then there is pole. So that's happening in NDMC. Sorry, sir?
Is air pollution monitoring possible?
Yes, pollution monitoring is EV sensors, right? Environmental sensors. You monitoring is possible. Controlling is difficult, right? You will get the data.
Okay, great.
So I hope I have clarified the questions on behalf of
Why
BMC.
we take a longer time, because it was quite interesting.
Yes, sir.
And sir, as you know that he has been the former secretary of urban development.
Okay, sir.
That's why that urban development things are very close to
Right,
the
sir.
heart.
Nee, absolutely.
He is very sensitive about that where this pole should be installed, and where there is no interference into the pedestrian right and all, you know.
Nee, that's an absolutely valid point. I hope the VMC will take cognizance of the fact. I'm sure.
Okay, good, great.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now,
That's about.
Dr. P.C.
Thank you.
Panchariya, senior principal scientist from CSIR on milk
Sorry?
adulteration.
Oh, sorry.
This is on the session 2, number 5.
A very good morning.
Good morning.
Myself P.C. Panchariya, representing CSIR Central Electronics Engineering Research Institute, Pilani, and this is purely a research project. It's based on system for detection of adulteration in milk. This is the few statistics of milk. As we know that we are number 1 in world, and contributing around 19% of milk production in the world, and our annual turnover, in 2013 it was around 140 million tons, and every year is increasing. Now it's around 160 million ton.
What percentage of bovine population in the world? India?
That I don't have statistics. So it's out of my. So per capita level it is. So the meaning of this slide is that every year we are have a growth, and it's a sustainable growth. But the problem is that there was a survey. There was a survey in 2011 by Food Safety Standard Authority of India that 68% of milk is adulterated. 68% of milk.
Any study conducted for that?
Yeah, this was from Food Standard Authority of India, FSSI, which is responsible for this adulteration detection. So the effect of the adulteration is well known, and it's what reported by ICMR that it causes diseases like diarrhea, food, even there are some deaths. So the problem is that why these adulterants are major adulterants found in milk was like urea, salt, soda, detergent, caustic soda, boric acid, and many more. So the question is why these people mix these adulterants. The first reason is demand and supply, the reason, but second reason is that existing instrument in the dairy industry is based on specific gravity or density based systems. and there is a price difference between buffalo and cow milk. So what normally do, the buffalo milk range, fat range is around 6 to 12% or 14%. The same types cow is around 3 to 6%. So what they do, they take buffalo milk and put a water and then is come into the range of cow milk. But at the same time the solid non-fats, that is other than the fat contents, they also decrease. That is around 7.5 to 8.5%. So to match this 7.5 and 8.5% of SNF, they put urea, salt, detergent. This is one reason. Urea, ammonium sulfate, soda, and there are few adulterants which also enhance the lifetime of the milk, like hydrogen peroxide. They put hydrogen peroxide. Yeah, that's, you take a milk in evening and you can sell in morning. So the in India, this existing problem is this, they use the collection centers. They use chemical methods. So if you take a sample and test in chemically, it takes half an hour. And imagine that when a collection center at village, there are 100 people are in queue. So you cannot take a sample and have a test. So virtually it's impossible to detect all the milk they are collecting by dairy. So therefore there is a need for a chemical free, quick on the spot, portable, affordable detection system that can be used at village collection centers. So our system, we have developed a system. We have given a name as CSIR scanner. CSIR is CSIR scanner. So this is an electronic tongue. Its technology is electronic tongue, which where we have we mimic the biological tongue, and that we applied into the milk sector. So this is a fast. It's a green technology. We don't use any chemical. It's a low cost, portable, and deployable at village level. It is our concept to deploy at village level because there is no such technology available in the international market.
How low this cost is?
Which cost?
You said low cost.
Yeah, because they, yeah, it's the bill of material. Bill of material is only 50,000 rupees. The measurement principle of this one is electrochemical fingerprinting. Is like it's not a one parameter. There are multiple parameters. So all multiple parameters generate a signature. It is called fingerprint. And then we apply some advanced pattern recognition algorithms and finally conclude with whether the milk is genuine or is adulterated with. And the beauty of this is you don't have to take a sample for one. Just suppose you want to have a urea test, so you need a sample and then you go for urea test. But here for all adulterants, it's only one test. It takes only 40 to 45 seconds. So real time when milk is coming, you can have a 2 ml of sample. You put it here, and then you will get in within 40 to 40 seconds. You will get results.
And what's the status of this? Is it patented, marketed?
Yeah. It's, I will come to that one.
Is it done or not?
Yeah, it's already done.
Already there in the market.
Yeah, it's in the market. There are 500 collection centers. They have already installed it. So these are the technical specs, and it is all technical specs which instruments should have. So internationally, what is the status? Internationally, there are few systems like NIR based systems. Some are Fourier transform infrared based systems, and they are mainly for main dairy. And the cost starts from 40-50 lakhs to the 1 crores, and even they don't cater the need of our India. Means like we have a urea, salt, detergents. They have a few adulterants, but not cover the all. And our practice is we are using chemical methods because we cannot afford 60-70 lakh rupees of a system in at a collection center at village. So this is, we are first to introduce this concept, and the bill of material of this machine is around 50,000 rupees, and the company, they are taken technology, they are selling it at rupees 1 lakh. And there is a certification from NDRI, Karnal, and STQC Bangalore. This technology was certified by these companies. So it is a typical Indian cooperative model. There are more private model also there, but most of the dairy community, they follow the Indian cooperative milk supply, where you have a collection center at village levels, and then you have a bulk milk coolers, means where you put chilled the milk and then it goes to dairy. So all collection centers and bulk milk coolers, where we can put these machines. The market potential, the industries like this technology can be slide modification, can have a application in other also like beverages and other. So if you take only the cooperative societies, so that cooperative society required around at least 5 lakh systems, because there are 2 lakh systems per day they are registered with the cooperative societies, and if you include some private and BMCs and then tehsil levels, then at least 5 lakh systems is required. This is the data from this National Development Dairy Development Board. So the technology is transferred to 2 industries, like Rajasthan Electronic Instrument Limited Jaipur is a mini PSU, and other startup company called Alpine Industries is from Surat, and there are number of companies they are interested in technology. So the Rajasthan Electronic Instrument Limited Jaipur, they have installed 500 systems at different collection centers. They are running. So the soft output of this technology is that there are 2 patents with us, and there are few publications, and there are 2 PhDs out of this technology. Apart from that, that was for industry. Now the same technology we have miniaturized for domestic uses. This is seed tester. This scanner. Apart from that, we are also putting some fat, protein, lactose measurement. Yeah, they are my PhD students.
Sorry?
They are my PhD students.
Your PhD?
Yeah.
And where it is published at totally.
So this is seed tester. This is for domestic applications. So this year we have last 26 September we have opened for this, dedicated to the nation. So we have demonstrated these systems to all the parliamentarian. We were at Parliament House, and then all the MPs, and we demonstrated them. Rajnath Singh ji, and then our Minister of State, Dr. Harshvardhan was there. We demonstrated all these systems, and this handheld system was dedicated by the President on last 26 September 2017. So this is इनोग्रेट किया था इसको.
अरे वो हरियाणा से थोड़ी है. सर बिहार वाले भी रखते हैं सर. लालू रखता था उत्तर प्रदेश. देवीलाल used to keep it. नहीं ये लालू used to do it. उधर क्योंकि वो तो यूपी वाले बड़े प्रेसिडेंट का टीचर इज नॉट because they would easily do that. They would have gone through the process of finding out that.
Yeah, all is well.
That you have given it to the dignitaries. What about these companies, Amul, Mother Dairy, and all that?
They are the users actually, because we are the technology developer. We develop technology.
Who are using your technology?
Yeah, this dairies, they are the users. Like Amul, the Saras, the Mother Dairy, yeah, they are using this one. Means these 500 systems are only for dairies.
जहाँ जहाँ भी मिल्क बोरर्स है, कलेक्शन सेंटर्स है, वहाँ पे सब पे मशीनें लगा रखी है, होगा क्वांटिटी एंड क्वालिटी चेक होगा.
नहीं लगा रखी है. हाँ.
जहाँ भी डेयरी कलेक्शन हो रहा है और जहाँ पे ऑनलाइन पेमेंट सिस्टम है, विदाउट चेकिंग उनको पेमेंट नहीं होता है, और नेक्स्ट डे उनके अकाउंट में पैसा क्रेडिट होना है. तो इमीडिएटली राइट नाउ आई रियली डोंट नो व्हाट सिस्टम दे हैव पुट, बट द सिस्टम्स आर देयर एट द पोलिंग सेंटर आल्सो राइट नाउ. सो
नहीं ये इन्फॉर्मेशन आपके पास सही नहीं है. एक्चुअल में देरी टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं है तो चेक कैसे होगा. केमिकल टेक्नोलॉजी में तो आपको क्या होता है, प्रैक्टिकली क्या होता है, कलेक्शन सेंटर्स होता है जिसमें 150 आदमी लाइन में खड़े हैं, वो लोग सैंपल लेते हैं, लेके अलग रख लेते हैं, फिर उसका फेट और एसएनएफ देखते हैं. उसमें एडल्ट्रेशन क्या है ये नहीं देखते हैं. रेंडमली 1 या 2 केमिस्ट होता है, उनके पास लैब होती है, सब कुछ होता है, लेकिन कोई चेक नहीं करता. यदि वो सब चेक करें तो डेयरी का जो प्रॉफिट है वो जीरो हो जाता है उसमें, क्योंकि इतने केमिकल्स चाहिए आपको चेक करने के लिए. केमिस्ट भी होगा, केमिकल्स भी होगा, दिखाएंगे इसे हम टेस्ट करते हैं, लेकिन होता नहीं है।
सिस्टम बनाया, बहुत अच्छा सिस्टम, बहुत बढ़िया सिस्टम है, लेकिन आप ये बताइए कि जैसे सिस्टम आपने इम्प्लीमेंट किया 500 सेंटर में ऑलरेडी कर दिया, तो कोई आपके पास ऐसी रिपोर्ट है जिससे पता लगाओ कि इतना लीटर मिल्क अडल्ट्रेटेड पकड़ा गया आफ्टर इंस्टॉलिंग दिस सिस्टम, उससे क्या होगा कि थोड़ा सा एनकरेजमेंट मिलता है, एंड किस टाइप का अडल्ट्रेशन था, तो ऐसा कोई स्टडी किसी ने करके
नहीं, स्टडी ऐसा करके हमने पूछा भी नहीं था, हम इंटरेस्टेड भी नहीं था, क्योंकि हमारा तो हम
स्टूडेंट को बोलिए, लगाइए किसी को, कहना कि इस टाइप को स्टडी करें, ताकि तभी तो पता लगेगा। आपने मशीन तो बता दिया है, सारी बातें ठीक है, अब उसका आउटकम क्या हुआ वो देखिए ना। आउटकम तो हमें आज की डेट में पता नहीं है। 50,000 रुपये की मशीन, हम ये कहेंगे मान लीजिए 50,000 रुपये की हमने एक मशीन लगा दी, या 1 लाख रुपये की मशीन लगा दी, जो भी आपने किया कर दिया, अब उसका आउटकम क्या हुआ वो तो मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा ना सर।
नहीं, एक्चुअली इसमें क्या होता है, जैसे आपके पास एक आपका इंडस्ट्री था, वो एनेबल्ड नहीं था टेक्नोलॉजी से, मतलब उसके पास कोई सॉल्यूशन नहीं था, जो हमने
100% करें। मोबाइल नहीं था, मोबाइल आने से मेरे को क्या फायदा हुआ मुझे पता है ना। लाइकवाइज अभी तक ये टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं, टेक्नोलॉजी आने से फायदा क्या हुआ?
वो तो डेयरी डिस्क्लोज नहीं करेगा, यदि पकड़ा भी गया तो डिस्क्लोज नहीं करते हैं। हाँ, हमारा काम है टेक्नोलॉजी प्रोवाइड करना। नहीं, एक्चुअली इसका भी नेक्स्ट वर्जन जो हम ला रहे हैं, उसमें हम जब पीएम को दिखाया था हमने जब, तो पीएम का सबसे पहला यही क्वेश्चन था कि यदि जो कलेक्ट कर रहा है वो आदमी और जो देने वाला है एडल्ट्रेशन जो करके देता है वो मिल गए तो क्या होगा। तो फिर हमने नया प्रोजेक्ट सोचा था कि ये वाईफाई एनेबल्ड मीन्स इसका हर सैंपल, जो कस्टमर का हर सैंपल है वो सैंपल ऑनलाइन मॉनिटर होगा, उसका पूरा डाटा क्लाउड में जाएगा और उसके बाद डेयरी के पास रहेगा। तो जब चाहो आप जब देख सकते हैं कि आज के दिन में मेरे पास 50 कस्टमर थे, 50 में से किसका दूध एडल्ट्रेट था, along with फैट एसएनएफ जितना दूसरे पैरामीटर्स होते हैं।
बहुत तरीके होंगे ना, एक ड्रम लेके जाएगा, उसको टेस्ट करा दिया, 5 ड्रम साथ में वो उसको पोर कर।
नहीं, कस्टमर वेल नोन होते हैं, रजिस्टर्ड होते हैं, ऐसा नहीं होता कोई भी आया दे गया चला गया।
वही तो रजिस्टर्ड ही तो बात है।
रजिस्टर्ड होते हैं, वो कस्टमर के रजिस्टर्ड होते हैं, और उसमें होता है कि यदि आपके पास एडल्ट्रेट सैंपल आया उसी टाइम, तो फूड इंस्पेक्टर है उसको रिस्पॉन्सिबल होगा, उसके पास एसएमएस आएगा कि आपने इसका पर क्या किया। और डेयरी भी डेयरी अकाउंटेबल होगी कि
बहुत अच्छा है। वी आर नॉट फाइंडिंग एनी फॉल्ट इन दिस, यू नो व्हाट वी वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि इसका इंपैक्ट क्या है, यू नो। आपने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है, ये देश के लिए बहुत बढ़िया काम है कि कम से कम जो भी लोग दूध पी रहे हैं उनके लिए कम से कम अनअडल्ट्रेटेड दूध तो मिलेगा।
या मेन पर्पज यही था।
आपकी बात बिल्कुल ठीक है। इनका पॉइंट क्या है कि जो भी रेजिडेंट्स हैं, पब्लिक है, उसमें ट्रस्ट को रीइंफोर्स करना, क्योंकि अभी तक क्या है सोसाइटी में ट्रस्ट गायब हो गया है। जैसे आपने कहा 68% की तो साइंटिफिक स्टडी है। अब कोई कंज्यूमर है, कंज्यूमर किसका दूध लेगा? गो फॉर अमूल, गो फॉर मदर डेयरी, गो फॉर डीएमएस, गो फॉर लोकल, व्हाटएवर, सरस परस ये सब किसका नहीं। अब आपने टेक्नोलॉजी प्रोवाइड की, बट अगेन यू आर गिविंग इट टू दी प्रोवाइडर्स, यू नो, जो मिल्क जो प्रोडक्शन कर रहे हैं या सप्लाई कर रहे हैं उनको आपने दी। अब कोई रेजिडेंट है या सिटीजन्स हैं, वो अगर टेस्ट करना चाहें,
ये जो सिस्टम है रेजिडेंट्स के लिए है।
नहीं आई अंडरस्टैंड, बट कोई पॉइंट्स में आपने इसको इंस्टॉल किया ना, कैसे जाएगा?
नहीं, ये अभी हमने रिसेंटली टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप किया है।
अच्छा, ठीक है।
अभी ये ओपन है, प्राइवेट कंपनीज या कोई भी गवर्नमेंट एजेंसी है वो टेक्नोलॉजी परचेज करें और मार्केट करें, क्योंकि हमारा ये स्कोप में नहीं है। हम
मैं सर वैसे ही जानना चाह रहा हूँ।
नहीं, एक्चुअली हमारे पास एटलीस्ट अभी 20 कंपनीज का इंटरेस्ट आया है इसमें। 20 कंपनीज ऑलरेडी इंटरेस्टेड है, क्यू में है अभी। इसका जो बिल ऑफ, हम लोग तो बिल ऑफ मटेरियल बता सकते हैं। इसका बिल ऑफ मटेरियल इतना टाइम ही नहीं था कि हम किसी अवार्ड के लिए जाएं। फर्स्ट टाइम डायरेक्टर ने बोला था कि आप जाइए बस। तो ये मैंने प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट किया था 2010 से। 2010 से किया था हमने। फर्स्ट टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफ़र किया 2012 में, फिर 15 में, और अभी ये रिसेंटली सितंबर में ये टेक्नोलॉजी रेडी हुआ था, हैंडहेल्ड वाला।
दूसरा वाला पहले ही कर दिया था ना?
पहले कर दिया था, लेकिन हाँ राजस्थान और अल्पाइन इंडस्ट्री का 500 सिस्टम्स, हाँ 500 सिस्टम्स ऑलरेडी उन्होंने इंस्टॉल कर दिया, कंपनी ने किया। नहीं, मैंने आपको शुरू में बताया था ना इसका कंपैरिजन क्या है। ये जो इंटरनेशनल स्टेटस है, ये देखिए, जो अडल्ट्रेशन के नाम पे मतलब कोई सिस्टम नहीं है। अभी रिसेंटली में इसी साल एक रिसेंटली सिस्टम आया है, फोर्स कंपनी है, FT120 करके जो है, इसका 50 लाख से शुरू होता था, 1 करोड़ पे तक का सिस्टम था डेयरी के लिए। अभी इन्होंने 5 लाख का एक सिस्टम नया इंट्रोड्यूस किया है। लेकिन जो हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट है, जैसे आपका साल्ट, डिटर्जेंट, कास्टिक सोडा, अमोनियम सल्फेट, ये उसमें नहीं है। उसमें केवल शुगर है जो हमारे पास नहीं है, वो उनके पास में है बस। तो 1 लाख का सिस्टम और 5 लाख का सिस्टम, इवन हम 5 टाइम्स उनसे नीचे हैं। और जो बिल ऑफ मटेरियल है 50,000 है। अब जब ये आया तो फिर हमने ये 5,000 रुपीज़ हम क्लेम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन इसका एक्चुअल बिल ऑफ मटेरियल 3,000 रुपये के लगभग है, जो हैंडहेल्ड वाला है। कोई कंपनी नहीं बीट कर सकती। नहीं, एक्चुअली मीडिया में तो बहुत काफ़ी सालों से चल रहा है। पिलानी में CSIR का एक लैब है, पिलानी में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का लैब है। हमारा अराउंड 38 लैब्स है, अलग अलग फील्ड में। दिल्ली में 3-4 लैब है, NPL है, आपका CSIR रोड रिसर्च है, हमारा लेदर में है, मेडिसिन है, हर फील्ड में है।
बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी नाइस सर, थैंक यू।